On In Radio, on YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts, I'm James Crid.land, the radio futurologist. There are a group of people that make a surprising difference to the quality and creativity of radio programs across the world. Yes, of course, content directors are important, a good producer perhaps more so, and of course good listeners. We all need those. But last weekend, I spent 2 days in a room full of other people. These people work at your radio station, even though quite often they're hidden away in a room somewhere, and you probably only see them when you're panicking. I am, of course, talking about radio engineers. Radio engineers are better known these days as radio technologists, probably because they do more technology now than ever before. Gone are the days of replacing a worn pinch head on a cart machine. Of course, it's a pinch wheel, isn't it? A worn pinch wheel on a cart machine. Radio technology these days is all about IP audio and playout systems instead. And so it was that I found myself upstairs in a large Australian pub for much of the weekend, learning about all kinds of things. Animated discussions about everything from playout systems to how to successfully move a radio station. This was something called Technorama, a conference operated for technologists within Australian community radio stations. Around 75 people from across Australia, some from large stations, some from small, came together to learn and share information and understanding with each other. The presentation that made most people sit up was one from Mike Tobin from KLFM in Bendigo. As I've learnt, nothing makes radio people pay attention more than showing a video of a radio mast falling over. Mike had plenty of those to show, including one on fire. The big rusty thing on the top of a hill is important to look after, it turns out. One sign of the times was a session on how to avoid ransomware. It was surprising how many radio stations had experienced these nasty pieces of malware that promise to encrypt or delete everything if you don't instantly pay a large fee. You'd never get that with a cart machine. These conferences are relatively rare, but really important to nurture. In Australia, Technorama is every year in June, technorama.org.au, and there's Radio TechCon in London in November. The benefit of getting together and chatting with like-minded people is very much welcomed. And if your technologist isn't going, then they probably should be. And while I'm on the subject of radio conferences, perhaps I might also shoehorn a mention of my own, Next Radio, which has just announced our first speakers. That's in London in September, and you can watch previous conferences and book tickets for this one at the Swish website address of next.radio. You can get my newsletter at james.crid.land and daily podcast and on-demand news at podnews.net. And until next time, keep listening.